Hey everybody, Ben Nelson here with another update for you on the Portland metro area real estate market. It is crazy. Inventory is low. I've been saying that for months now. It's even lower. So what is going on in the Portland market? I'm going to cheat a little bit here today and refer to some notes just because I want to make sure that I get you some specific numbers here that I ran. Pretty interesting numbers. But yeah, when you're seeing things like this, Portland has sold out of homes, so very, very low inventory, and prices are increasing because there are so many buyers vying for that small amount of inventory. So we're seeing just tons of competition, multiple offers, just continuing to see that lack of inventory be an issue in our market here, and it's going to continue. Fortunately, rates are still really, really low. Which also spurs that buyer activity, but is at least for now continuing to keep it a little bit more affordable. But as prices increase, that's of course going to offset here as well, and we're gonna see us trending back towards unaffordability if that continues and we don't get some more supply back into the market here. So just looking at some of these numbers here, again, 1.1 month of inventory on the market. That means there are just over enough homes on the market to meet the demand for last month's closings. We have about 3,700 active residential listings. We had 3,200 closed this last month. We have 3,200 new on the market. So you see those numbers are very much in alignment. We have the same number closing as we have going active, so we're not gaining any ground with supply. We are just barely holding steady with the number of closings and the number of new listings coming on the market. I'm going to put a couple charts up here for you just because they're very telling. They tell a lot of the story of what's going on here. So if you look at the active residential listings, we are at about 3,700 active residential listings. Like I said, that is less than 60% of what we've had on the market for active residential listings here compared to the last 2 years. So we are way under the amount of listings that we've had previously. And again, we're just not getting a lot of new listings on the market, just barely keeping pace. You look at the total active listings, so that's going to include non-residential as well. You've got the same trend. Just we normally have that bell curve in the summer where more listings are coming on the market. There's more active listings, and we had it flat or even declining because. And again, a lot of that's going back to April. We had COVID really hit. And so we just really hit a spot where people weren't putting their homes on the market, and that's just continued to exacerbate the problem with the inventory levels. New listing, you can see that on the new listings chart here. The trend was going to continue, it looked like. Going into March, we were right on track with that normal bell curve, but then it shot down in April, and then we did trend up May and June, but just not nearly as much as we would have had we continued that trend and had we not had that slowdown from COVID. Pending sales, you see a huge decline down, right in that same period of time as well. Then it shoots back up as people started to in May, June, started going back out into the market and buying again. But we just never had the opportunity to catch back up from that decline in new listings on the market. We basically went from a lot of people holding back, and we already had low supply, to a huge surge of demand without that increase of inventory that normally leads that. So that's what's causing a lot of our problems with low inventory. We just haven't had a chance to catch up. That demand is right there. It was right there waiting when things open back up, and we haven't been able to meet that need. So that's the problem. That's been the problem for months and months and months, and even going on years here in the Portland area. We desperately need that supply. That story has not changed at all. Very, very interesting. I said 1.1 months of inventory. There are actually sub-segments of the market that are less than a month of inventory. You look at the Beaverton Aloha market, 0.6 months of inventory. Wilsonville Tigard, 0.7. Hillsborough Forest Grove is 0.8, and even out in Yamhill County, which is a little, quite a ways from Portland, 45 minutes or so, where I do a lot of my business, and you're under a month of inventory out there as well. So lots of sub-segments of the market that are hurting even more. They have less than 1 month of inventory, which means they have less active listings on the market right now. than what sold last month. So they can't even meet last month's demand if that demand were to continue, which it is. Okay, looking at new listings are down 5.9% compared to September of last year, down 16% compared to August of this year. Again, these are September numbers. Pending sales are up about 17% compared to September of last year, and down 14% compared to August. Closed sales are up about 36% compared to September of last year, and up about 3% compared to August of this year. So if you look at that pending sales number is way down 15%. Like, it's way up compared to September of last year, but it is down almost 15% compared to the prior month in August. I attribute that to just the lack of supply. The demand is obviously there. There's been a huge influx of offers and buyers, and lots of activity going, lots of demand, but there's just not the inventory level to meet that need. So I think I talked about that in a couple of my prior months updates, where the numbers could trend down in some of these categories simply because there's not enough supply for the numbers to continue to trend up. We can't trend up in sales or in closed sales or pending sales or any of those categories unless we have the inventory level to meet that need. Can't sell a house that's not on the market. So anyway, that's where we're at today. Days on market are down again, of course, with all the demand. So we're at about 38 days on market on average. Definitely much less than that, depending on what area you're in and what price point. But overall in the market, that's where we're at. As always, I will post the full market action report. You saw some of the charts in this video, but I'll post the full thing on my Facebook page. Be sure to check that out if you want to see all of the charts and data. Let me know if I can be a resource to you in any way. Would love to chat about the market. Would love to help you, whether you're looking to buy or sell or invest, any of those things. I'd love to help you. Feel free to reach out to me with a text, with a phone call, message me on Facebook, whatever's easiest for you. Would just love to connect and chat with you about any of that and help you with whatever those needs are. Make it a great day, and let me know what I can do to help you get from where you are to where you want to be.